Alright guys, I just want to give a little review on the place I just unloaded. I went to Kroger's in Blue Ash, Ohio, which is a suburb of Cincinnati, just off of 71, kind of in the little armpit of 71 and 275. First time I've been to that Kroger's. Hopefully it's the last. What happened was, I picked up a load yesterday, and it was a 2-stop load, and they both had appointment times. So I get to my first drop in Blue Ash at Kroger's. I got there by 8 o'clock. I had an 8:30 a.m. appointment, so I was there 30 minutes early. They didn't have a door for me. They didn't get me into a door until 9:15. So 45 minutes after my appointment time. Okay, that's acceptable. I don't care, that's fine. I've had worse, That really did not make me think that I was going to be in for any kind of issues getting unloaded. I figured, a couple hours tops. All they had was half a truck to unload, and there were straight pulls. There was no breakdown. Just a straight pull, cheese, skids of cheese. So I, didn't really think much of it until about 10:30 rolls around, and they hadn't even locked me in yet. I still had a green light. They hadn't even locked my trailer into the dock yet. So I'm like, okay, well, I've been in a door now for almost an hour and a half. It's 2 hours past my appointment time, and I still had a green, which meant they hadn't locked me in, which meant they hadn't even looked at my truck yet. It wasn't even on their mind. Well, I knew I had to be at my next stop, which was 20 minutes away, by noon. So I called the broker. I said, hey, just so you know, I'm not locked in yet. You might want to call them and see what's going on. Let them know I have another, well, they knew I had another stop, but let them know what time and the urgency of getting my truck unloaded so I could get out of there. So, he did what he said he did. He's a broker. Whether or not he did exactly what he said he did, I don't know. But anyway, 11:30 rolls around. I'm still not locked in. So I call the broker again. Let him know again, hey, I'm still not locked in yet. I need, you know as well as I do, I need to go. In 30 minutes, they hadn't even locked me in yet, and 30 minutes from then I was supposed to be at my next stop. 11:30 rolls around, like I said, I called the broker, he called them. Finally, about noon, or what time it was, about quarter till noon, they had me locked in and unloading me. So, come around 12:35, 12:40, I wasn't feeling them in my truck anymore, but I still had a red light. So I was told by the broker if I did not get to the receiver, or to the second receiver by 1:30, they were going to have to reschedule that second load, the second unload. And I knew also too, once I got unloaded there, I was heading home for the weekend. So I really wanted to get unloaded. It meant a lot to me to get unloaded today so I could head home. Because for crying out loud, I'm in Cincinnati, so I'm only about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes from my house. So that just rubs salt in the wound when you're this close to home and you get stuck because of somebody's ignorance or incompetence when it comes to getting you unloaded. So anyway, I go inside around 12:40, I go inside and I say, hey, I really got to get out of here. I have to be at my next unload no later than 1:30. Or else they're going to reschedule. And I said, I have to get out of here. I said, I've given you guys 4 hours to unload half a truck, and I didn't say a word to you about it until now. But I said, I need to get out of here because I'm always a patient guy, because I understand that you don't want to piss off the shipper and receiver when they're taking so long to get you done, because like it or not, you're at their mercy when you're locked into that dock. So you don't want to piss them off, you know. You want to be patient. As hard as it is sometimes, you want to be patient. You can, you know, so I told her, I said, look, I've given you guys 4 hours to unload half a truck. I need to be out of here. I need to be on the road right now. So, anyways, a lady comes in and she's like, well, we're scanning your product right now. We will get you in, or, we'll get you done here as soon as we can. They said, just have a seat and we'll get to you. I said, okay. So I have a seat. I sit for 20 more minutes. So now it's 1 o'clock. I go back up to the window. I said, okay, this is getting unacceptable. I need to get out of here. I said, I have another load that I have to make, or else I'm not going to get home. And as I told her, there's nothing more precious to a truck driver than getting home. So she proceeds to get mouthy with me, and I was stern, but I wasn't being a dick to her yet, because I just didn't see a reason to yet. They hadn't really shown me any disrespect other than taking as long as they had to unload me, but face to face they hadn't shown me any disrespect, and you just never know whose fault it is. So there's no reason to take it out on somebody at the window, because you just don't know who's, you just don't know. So I tried to give them all the benefit of the doubt. So anyways, she then has the audacity to tell me that I needed to be patient. And she said it, she didn't say it nicely. She said, sir, you need to be patient. You need to be patient. And then I lost it. I said, okay, I'm done being nice. And I flipped out. And I told her, I said, look, I've been here for 4.5 hours. I've been more than patient. I showed up here 30 minutes before my damn appointment time. You didn't put me in a door until 45 minutes after my appointment time. And now I've been in a door for 4.5 hours to get unloaded because of your poor scheduling skills. I said, this is not my problem. I said, you do not have the goddamn audacity to tell me to be patient. This is the first time I've been in this office to complain about how long it's taking, and that's only because it's screwing up my plans to get this unloaded at the next stop. And that's exactly what I told her, and I just laid it out flat. And she, of course, didn't like the way I talked to her, and she got really pissy with me. And I went and sat down and tried to cool off a little bit. And then they called me back up there and said, okay, sir, it's going to be $117. I said, no, it's not. I said, you took 4.5 hours to unload my truck. You took 45 minutes after my appointment time to put me in a door. I showed up 30 minutes early. I'm going to miss unloading. I'm going to miss my opportunity to get unloaded at my next stop, which is going to cost the company money. And it's costing me home time. I said, I don't owe you jack. Your lumpers did not do a damn thing. They did not unload the truck in a timely manner. I don't owe them anything. And, of course, that was a battle I wasn't going to win, unfortunately. But at least I got my voice out there and heard, let them know how pissed off I was. And they did not deserve that $117. They did not deserve it. And if it had been my money, I would have sat in that dock until tomorrow morning if I had to. I wouldn't have paid it, but it was the brokers, they paid for it. But if it were coming out of my pocket, I would have sat in that dock. I just would have sat there. Anyway, so I go ahead and I pay it, and there's a paper on the window, on the glass, that says if you unload your own truck, if you opt to unload your own truck, then you have a 90-minute limit to unload your own truck. And if you take longer than 90 minutes, no matter how close you are to being done and how much work you put into it, you have to pay the lumper the full fee for them to finish it out. So I went in there and I made this little clip, my hidden camera. Ooh. And called them on it, and they didn't know what to say. I said, I called them. I said, hey, look, you have this paper here saying this. Why is the standard not the same in the other direction? Why do I have to pay your lumper if they're taking longer than 90 minutes to get my truck unloaded. And the one lady had to ask for help. She didn't know what to say. She actually looked stumped. And then another lady came to the window and said, well, it's different with you. The difference is the lumpers have to take the time to scan in the product. And I said, you didn't start scanning in my product until I came in and bitched about it the first time, which was 4 hours after my appointment time. Therefore, it took you 4 hours to unload my truck, and you admitted to it. You know, I mean, they admitted to it that, you know, that they were just starting to scan in my product. So that excuse didn't fly, and I called them on that. And they didn't know what to say. You know, they just didn't have anything to say, and then she just said, "Well, sir, like I said earlier, we're just overwhelmed." And I told her, I said, "Yeah, I really wish I could use that excuse when I'm 4 hours late for an appointment time." And then I went and sat down and waited for my receipt. But we got to call these brokers, or these this wasn't the broker's fault this time. We got to call these shippers and receivers out when they do this kind of crap, because it's ridiculous. It's costing money, it's costing miles, it's costing fuel, because I'm sitting here idling because it's 85 degrees and raining. So I can't even roll the windows down, or else I'm going to get soaked. And it's cost me a day's worth of home time, because I could have been home in an hour and a half. And, you know, it's only, you know, I could have been home by like 3:30 in the afternoon. Would have given me the entire day to spend with my family. And I told the lady, I said, look, apparently you guys don't know how precious home time is for a truck driver. And she said, well, sir, we hear that all the time. And I said, well, maybe that's because you need to work on your scheduling skills. You need to work on your ability to schedule trucks so that you don't hold them for 4.5 hours with no excuse other than you got overwhelmed. Because if you got overwhelmed, that means you scheduled poorly. That means you did not schedule in the right manner so that you can get these trucks unloaded in a timely manner. That's what being overwhelmed is because you designed it was by your own design. It was a poor mismanagement of scheduling. That's what it was. And that was on them. Scheduling too many trucks for the amount of people they have to work. That's not my fault. But yet I still had to pay for the lumper. So, anyways, I'm gonna put the clip. I'll put the clip in here where I called them on it. So you can. It's kind of hard to hear what they say, and I didn't want it to make it obvious that I was holding a camera, so I had my phone kind of down to my side a little bit. So, anyways, I'll plug it in here. All right, we're gonna try a little something here. Sons of bitches pissed me off. There you go. All right. You have a quick question though. Up here, there's a piece of paper that says if I unload my own truck, if I take longer than 90 minutes, then I still owe a lumper.
Yeah,
so,
but they get 90 minutes. And if
right.
they, of course, if you go over the 90 minutes, then they either charge, then the lumper teams take
right.
over.
But
normally they do it within that 90 minutes.
I'm just asking why it's not reversed. Why that's not a standard the other way? Since it took 4 hours to unload my truck, why am I paying?
90 minutes is an unload time.
Right.
Our time includes scanning and includes paperwork. All of
Right.
That stuff.
Yeah, but it only took them probably about 45 minutes to scan the product, so that took them like 4.5 hours to unload the truck.
So we were behind the badge. I don't know.
Yeah, and I wish I could use that excuse too.
That's the reason.
All right.